Hi, welcome. Today we're going to talk about a chess prodigy. I'm talking about Faustino Oro. Faustino Oro is an Argentinian player and he is just 10 years old. Everyone is talking about his last accomplishments because with just 9 years, Faustino Oro has broken the 2300 of rating. Right now he has 10 years old. And he is already a FIDE master. Just to have one idea, Judith Polgar has reached this rating with just 10 years and 44. Pragnananda 10 and 48. Abduzattorov 10:53, and Mishra I'm going to show 10:57. Another curiosity, very interesting, is that he is just one of the 4 players that ever have reached with 10 years old rating superior of 2200. And he is right now with 2316 of rating. So it's incredible, the potential of this young player. So today I want to discuss with you what is his level and what's your opinion? Do you think he will reach a grandmaster level? Will he break records, the youngest GM ever? Will he be world champion in the future? What is your opinion? Well, right now we need to study who is him and where is him. Well, for now, he is the #1 youth player. So, and the difference is very big because he right now has 23-25 of rating, and the #2, Ruben Kolisch, is a French player and has just 21-84. So it's a difference of more than 100 points. The #3 is a candidate master, a Turkish candidate master with 21-46. So we see already a very big gap between the 2 first players. So about his graphics oscillation, in just 1 year, he raised his rating from 1850 to more than 2300. So it's incredible because he is competing a lot and he is proving that he worth the value and the investment. So what about his current level? Is he strong? Is he weak? I want you to tell me, because we will analyze right now a game between Faustino Oro and the FIDE master Antonio Almiron. So this game has been played at Villa Martelli on Argentina in April of this year, and the game is incredible in my opinion. Don't forget that we are evaluating a 10-year-old. So the white player is Faustino Oro with just 10 years old, and Antonio Almiron is 32. About Antonio Almiron, his highest rating was superior of 2400. So he is a strong FIDE master. So here, Faustino Oro is playing with white. He played e4, c5, knight f3, and d6. Everything is normal. Here, he continues with the open lines, d4, pawn takes, knight takes, and after knight f6, here he will continue with knight c3. Here, the black player will opt to play a6. This is the Najdorf. And after bishop e2, e6, bishop e3, bishop e7, everything is normal. This is all theory. This will continue with castle. Castle f4 is one interesting line, more aggressive stuff. Black will play queen to c7, and after bishop f3 to consolidate the center and prepare maybe g4 or even central attacks. Here, the normal move is knight c6. And here, okay, this is the first important moment because, okay, the idea of the black player is to play b5. So it's possible to play a4. It's possible to play h3 too, or even a3. Here, he has made the move knight b3. Knight b3 probably isn't the best, but it isn't terrible too. So white isn't worst, it's playable. So this continued with b5, of course, and here again it's possible to play a4, a3, h3. This is all possible. He opted to play a3, and after bishop b7 to continue with the development of his pieces. Here he will play queen e1. The idea is quite simple. He wants to bring the queen to the king side, to g3 or even h. Of course, h right now isn't possible because knight takes, but g3 is possible, and even f2. So this continued with rook e8, and after rook d1, this will continue with the other rook to c8, and here, well, Faustino Oro will prove his real nature and personality. So this guy is aggressive. He is aggressive player. Don't forget, he is just 10 years old. He's playing against a strong, fit master, and here he will play g4. Too strong, too aggressive, and dangerous too. Because if you evaluate this move with the computers, they don't like very much. Why is that? Simple. Because now Faustino Oro is doing a side attack and the center isn't closed. So if you want to do side attacks, you need to close the center, and after that you bring the attack. But the center isn't closed, so it's possible for black to advance the pawn. So this game will be complicated from now on. So here, what would I do? Well, probably I would play rook d2, and after, for example, knight, I would play queen f2 to try to create pressure on the b6 square. So here he played g4, aggressive stuff, and after that the black player will continue with b4. The idea is to take, and after that to play d5, trying to break down the center. So here Faustino will continue with e5. It's the most natural move, of course. I'm attacking the knight. And after that, it's important to play knight e4. The game will be complicated because, for example, if he played knight d7, here probably h4 would be dangerous for black, because I'm already attacking on the king side, and it's not clear what black can do to create counterplay. So here he plays knight e4, and after bishop takes, pawn takes, the pawn is very good right now, but is protected by the bishop, and it isn't easy to take this pawn. Here he will continue with knight d4. It's a normal move because you're centering the knight, you're occupying a central square. We already talked here about the occupation of the center, and probably for the black player, it will be important to try to remove this knight from this square. Why is that? Because, well, f5 can be a plan. We can prepare this kind of stuff. And, well, here, Almiron will not make a very strong move. He will play bishop a8. In terms of mobility, this isn't a good move. And probably the worst problem is that he isn't trying to remove the knight from a central square. Probably, well, bishop c5, I think, probably could be an idea. I think white could continue with h4, and after that we could play knight d5 and try to create pressure on the center, because white is attacking on the king side and we need to open the center. So continuing here, the black player has continued with bishop a8, and after that of course Here, Faustino Oro will continue with h4. This continues with bishop f8, trying to bring the pieces to the king's side to try to protect the white's attack. And after that, of course, if I can advance my pawns, I will advance my pawns. So h5, queen to b8, and let's go for it. h6, why not? If pawn takes, this king will be open forever. So it's important to advance the pawn and pray for this attack don't work. So here, I want you to think a little bit about this position, because Faustino Oro will find a very interesting idea, but it's important to evaluate very well, because it isn't a short line, so you need to calculate everything. So if you want, you can put the video on pause. Don't forget to push the like button, and 80% of the viewers isn't subscribed. So if you want to see me continuing to produce content and this kind of analysis, please comment below, subscribe, and help me to help you, and the channel will grow. So thank you a lot. Let's continue with the move. Here, Faustino Oro will make a genius move. F5. Why is this genius? Because of the fact that we are giving up a central pawn, E5. This is the first reason. The second one is we are threatening to enter on F7 with the queen. And third, it isn't easy to do this move, because after losing the central pawn, our king will be open. So it's necessary to evaluate a lot of variants, because this isn't a forced variant. So this continued with pawn takes. Here, if you want to practice the defense with black, I suggest you to put on the pause too, because here probably black has just one defensive move. Of course, no one would be the defensive move. I think it's my opinion. If you don't agree, tell me something. Here, the only defense would be rook c7, because after pawn takes, the rook is protecting the f7 square because of the attack of the queen and the rook. But of course, here Almiron hasn't done that, so he has taken, pawn takes, and now queen takes. He is offering a pawn. It's a free pawn, let's take the pawn. But it's too dangerous, and it's too complicated to calculate everything. So here, of course, white takes. If I take with this pawn, of course, queen will take, and the game is lost for black, so it's necessary to take. And this position is already superior for Faustino Oro. And the thing is, okay, I can just give check. King h8 is the only move. And now we have just one possible move if we want to win this game. And this is related to prophylaxis. So he is threatening to give a perpetual check. So how can I protect this square? Simple. Knight e2. And the check isn't available for the queen. So this continues with knight c2, threatening the bishop. And here, the white has just one way to win this game. Is this move. Rook d7, threatening checkmate. It's the kiss of the dead. Too strong, too aggressive. And of course, here, the black player has to play bishop e7. And after bishop e7, we need to see the only move that wins the game. Bishop f4, creating pressure on the queen. And you need to evaluate what will happen after queen f6. Of course, here, Antonio Almiron has played that. And Now the game will finish with the next move. The next move is very beautiful. Bishop d6, and Antonio Almiron resigned. The Paraguayan player is very strong, but Faustino Oro was incredible here. So let's see, why has the black player resigned in this position? He has a check, but it's incredible how Faustino Oro has calculated everything. So if queen checks here, we will play knight g3. Of course, the queen cannot take, or else bishop takes. But, oh, okay, this can't continue with queen check. Yeah, we advance the rook, everything is well. Oh, but we have another check on c1. Yeah, true. Knight f1. And we have another check on g5. Yeah, bishop. It's finished. Right now, for example, this is the only move, because what can the black player do? For example, if, of course, if queen, rook takes, if the rook plays here, I give checkmate. Don't forget this checkmate. So it isn't possible to protect this, this checkmate. For example, rook g8. Yeah, I can take e7, and how will you protect this square? You can't. It isn't possible. So we can see the other line. What if queen takes? If queen takes, I take with the rook. And now, how can you protect the checkmate? For example, if bishop takes, I can just check, check, and checkmate, because the rook is protected by the pawn. And okay, what if he plays the king? Okay, rook check. Of course, king h, because if he goes on the other direction, I can just take with the bishop. And right now I take, and it's done. This will finish on checkmate. So this game was very strong, but don't go yet, because we will evaluate the precision of this game. I want to put the chess.com engine on the maximum level, just to figure out what is level here. But before of that, okay, let's see the final standings of the tournament. Well, here Faustino hasn't finished on the top positions, but well, don't forget he is only 10 years old. So this was a close tournament with very strong players, and he finished on the 7th rank. So he lost 19 points, but well, one competition losing, and the next one probably will raise a lot again his rating. So a very strong competition, and well, he is just 10 years old. So what about the precision? Well, it's time to see the precision of this game. So I'm going to put here, and let's see. What do you think? Well, I'm going to change here the engine. For example, maximum, this is in Portuguese, sorry, Komodo, the stronger Komodo, and unlimited. Number of lines, 5. And let's see. Now I'm going to refresh. And let's see the evaluation of chess.com. So, wow, 98.7. So about the precision, well, we are talking about an evaluation of 30,050. It's too strong, this game. So we're talking about a Bobby Fischer playing with 12 years old, but he is just 10. So he is too strong. I would like you to tell me something. What do you think about this player? In my opinion, probably he will be a top contender in the future. He will be one of the top players in the world. He is already one of them, but I think he is one of the players that have potential to reach the 2900 rating that never anyone has reached. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to see the other analysis right there. And if you're not subscribed, it's time to do it. Let's go. Let's go. Have a nice day. And don't forget, we put every day one video. So if you have any suggestion, please tell me something and I will try to do it. So bye-bye till tomorrow.